slow start to the season. It's been about 2 months, but I just kind of want to let everybody know what's going on. Number one thing, got rid of the B mod, and we've changed it back over to an A mod. So that's probably the biggest change. It's been a lot more than I thought it would be to kind of get everything switched back over. But I was going to let you know, first of all, what that means. So I'm just going to give you a few things, kind of what I did step by step. You know, number one thing was the motor here. This is an open motor, roller cam, good crank, everything. Aluminum heads, port polished, everything. So this thing should make some horsepower, way more horsepower than the B-Mod motor. So this is the number one biggest change, biggest headache, biggest money, everything that we've had to do for this car so far. I'm gonna get it broke in, get some laps on it, so I'm looking forward to doing that. The second change is this. It's just a right side engine cover. Huge chassis, kind of helped me get some of the sheet metal and all this stuff that we needed for the A mod. But they got it, fits pretty good on this old Dirt Works car. So this is a 2012 Dirt Works car. Really, you know, Dirt Works isn't around anymore, so I'm kind of having to scrounge parts up, do what I can, but Scotty Allen's helped me a lot. Let me show you the next thing over here. This is probably the biggest since the engine is the suspension, and it's a little dark under here, but 4-link. Changing this over, putting the bird cages on, pulling all this stuff off, welding all, you know, cutting all the old welded on, clamped on brackets off, changing the upper link. B-Mod, you have to have a solid upper rod. This one, we got the biscuits and the spring rod. And the bird cages on bearings, same with the chain limiter on bearings. So this was a lot more of a job than what I thought. Cutting all this off, getting it all lined up, getting it all to work the way it's supposed to. Now that was a little bit to take on by myself. So, but like I said, Scotty Allen, if this thing runs good, I owe a lot to Scotty Allen and Rex Merritt. Scotty has given me more knowledge and stuff for the old Dirt Works cars. Rex has helped me with the shocks for sure. But just getting this thing set up where it needs to be. You know, we got the springs, everything, you know, located right for the 4-link. So that was another big job. Took longer than I thought to kind of swap all. I thought I could do it in about a day, but it took me a little longer to get everything lined up and working. So the only other change that I've made is a spoiler. Just getting a spoiler on. Like I said, more sheet metal, huge spoiler. So they actually got it custom fit for me just for this car, because it's just a little bit narrower than their car. But other than that, the biggest thing is it's been set up. Working, changing everything, getting all the springs in it different, getting the car balanced back out, set up, squared up. It should be a brand new car. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting it out there, getting some laps in it, and just getting it dialed in and getting a good baseline off this. Like I said, we started out in B-Mod. I decided to go a different route and use the rest of the season to kind of get us dialed in for the A-Mod. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll get a good baseline going in the next few weeks. That'll be great. Even if it takes me all season to kind of figure out what I need or what I want in the A-Mod class, that'll be fine too. So this is going to be another starting point. It's basically starting over. And why not? It hasn't been that great of a start to the season, so might as well start over. So we're going to take this thing out. I got the battery charged. The engine's running. I'm going to put the tires, wheels on it. I'm going to put it in the trailer. And we're going to take it out, just hot lap it, test and tune it. And we'll get you a video of that too, and just see how this thing runs as an A-Mod. Started out as an A-Mod, went to B-Mod, back to an A-Mod.
What's happening?
Well, it's a little more gear lube in it. It was leaking, and I drained it all out. I should have done that. So it's going to cost me about $50 to fill it back up, I think. So, but at least I know what gear lube's in there, and won't be mixing it up. And hopefully it'll you know, I don't want to destroy a rear end right now or transmission. I'd change the lube in that too. So it was pretty bad. I only had one race on it. So put some more in it. Well, it's been a few months since we've had the team on the road, I guess. So this is the quickest, closest to home trip we've made. Monett, Missouri. I have not had my own race car on a track at Monett. It's 99, I think, my late model. It's been a while since I've had my own car, so take it to Monett. We're gonna try to get it dialed in, get the engine working, just make sure that whole car is working, and that hopefully we'll be ready to race next weekend. So it feels pretty good. I'm looking forward to going to Monett. Actually, it's close to the house. Monett Speedway. We've got the A-Mod here. So it hasn't made a lap yet, but we're getting ready to take it out hot laps and just see if it's going to run or see how it's going to run. So that's all we can do. Just get a starting point. Hopefully it's going to run. Also, we got Calvin and Matt Brandsetter. They came to help me out a little bit.
Hi.
Say hi. Alright, so the moment of truth, is this thing actually going to run? I mean, it's running, but is it actually going to, you know, run? And it's only been a few months, you know. So I've been out of racing May, June, and pretty much half of July. But so far it's running, but that's not a good sound. It's actually loading up really bad, and it almost just shut off right there. So I'll give you a little bit of spoiler alert. The fuel pressure is way too high on this car. So I just went out to, you know, try to get the RPMs up, see if I could clear it out. We just got it wrong. Just in case you're wondering, if you're running gas, yes, to make sure your fuel pressure is correct. So this is first laps on this motor since it's been out of the shop. More than that, I just want to see how the handling works, how the whole car runs. Done a lot of changes to this thing. So far, it sounds like it's going to run. My foot was to the floor. The thing, it's loaded up so bad it won't accelerate. So you can see it's taking seconds before it clears out and actually starts to run. The good news is it's running down the straightaway once it clears out. I think it's just the fuel pressure. Then we got some carb issues. Look at that thing, it's just dead in the water right there. So I'm not really getting to check the handle on it either because the car just won't. It just goes in the corner and falls off the bars. But I guess it's some laps. I'm making laps. First time since April. Didn't make a lot. They weren't great laps, but I guess they were a couple laps. All right, so we took the car out, hot lapped it. It ran. It just didn't run great. The engine sounded good once it ran, but it was falling its face in the corner, loading up really bad, so it was taking seconds before it would clear out and actually start running. But once it ran, it was pulling, so that's a good sign. But we got to figure out, I think it's got too much fuel or something. I don't know, I'm not an engine guy. But the car, I think once it gets going, it'll be good. The car seemed all right, just little issues, so hopefully we'll get them worked out and sooner than later.